event at HP Pavilion, which will be Mark Munoz versus Chris Wiedman. The fight is on July 11th, and I believe tickets go on sale this Thursday and start at $50. So we're hoping to have a great crowd out here in San Jose for this fight. The co-main is John Fitch, who is a local San Jose AKA fighter, versus Aaron Simpson. And we'll be also updating the cards as we finalize them. I have brought Mr. Munoz and Mr. Wiedman here, two wrestlers on both, I think, are on 4-fight win streaks, right?
Yeah, we
in
are.
UFC,
yes.
Which is pretty hard to do these days,
yes.
right?
Big time.
Yeah, especially in your guys' division. And so I expect this to be a barn burner of a fight. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
And I don't think Mark can either. So,
yeah.
As you guys know, Mark started with the WEC back in the old days. I went and saw him at the Palace Fighting Championships, and they sent me to tell me how good is this guy. And the guy, he grabbed the guy that he was fighting, and the look on the guy's face, I called my partner, I said, I think he's good.
Oh, man.
Because this guy looks like he's never been grabbed like that before. And I think the fight lasted about 45 seconds, so I really couldn't tell, but we signed him anyway.
Thanks for the introduction.
Yeah. So, all right, so you guys go ahead and shoot questions to him, and I think Chris is going to he's cornering a fighter, so he's got about 10 minutes. He's got to get back. Okay. So, and then Mark's got a little bit more time.
Well, obvious question. A lot of you been told, where this fight will put you in the title picture. Another big middleweight fight going on between Roche and Bisping. Have you guys been told anything about where you end up?
I haven't heard anything, but I don't know what more.
I haven't heard anything, but I'm gonna be demanding stuff. I mean, I've been here for a while. I mean, shoot. Not looking past this guy. This guy's tough. I mean, he's undefeated for a reason. He's got that wrestling type of attitude, and he's gonna come out. He's gonna put on a show. I am too. So should I get past him? I mean, it's like go time. I'm like, hey, where's my time? You know what I'm saying? And he's been doing it too.
Yeah.
So.
And I understand his point of view. You're supposed to fight Chael Sonnen for the title, so I mean to go for the title. So now it's like, now there's questions like, is he going to be fighting for the title next? I mean, I think he 100% deserves it if he's able to beat me. Me, I don't want to get too emotionally caught up in it. So if I happen to beat him and I don't get it, and then I'm like really like pissed off and I'm mad at the UFC, I don't want that feeling. So I'll just go with the flow with the whole thing.
You're not going to get any crap talking with us, guys. Sorry.
Well, stylistically, how do you feel about the matchup? You guys are pretty much both wrestler, punchers. Pretty similar, actually.
Yeah.
Any feelings of how stylistically you match up?
I think it's going to be a barn burner. You better not blink, because there's going to be a lot of stuff going on, from the ground to the cage to the on the feet to angling to like movement. I mean, there's going to be a lot of motion involved in this fight. There's no quit in both of us.
Is this a 3-rounder or a 5-rounder?
5-round. Main event.
Both of us are known for walking forward.
Yeah.
So it's going to be two bulls me in the center of the cage, and sparks going to fly, and it's going to be exciting. And of course, we're both pretty well rounded, and wherever the fight goes, we're going to be pretty competent and just aggressive. So it's going to be exciting.
You guys share a common opponent in Demon Maya. Mark, I was wondering what you thought of this last fight against him.
No, man. He took that on 2 weeks' notice, and all the props goes to him, man. Because I mean, I was supposed to be on that card, and unfortunately, my arm was locked like this, and I couldn't do it. Oh man, that was your time to shine. So, like, my arm was locked like this, and I couldn't move it, and I was like, so I waited a couple of days, and I was like trying to it was like a nut in here. I was trying to crack the nut, I was like this. I was like, oh, freak, my arm is gonna break. I couldn't even move it. So now I was freaking out, and my managers, I said, I can't move my arm right now, and so I had to pull out. And so when I watched that fight, he took it on 2 weeks' notice and beat one of the world's best. So it just goes to show that he's ready to go at any time, and he's got a whole camp now, and he's training. So, and the competitor side of me is like, man, if he's training this hard, man, you better believe I'm going to train hard. Because that's how we were brought up. We were both wrestlers. We're going to go out there, we're going to put on a show. There's not going to be any love lost. We're going to leave it on the cage, and at the end, we're going to be like, hey, yo, I know he trains at Aaron right now. He trains at Aaron and Brian and CB and all those guys that I trained with before. So it's a small community, and I know he's training with those guys, and it's just like, man, know, like it's on. You know? Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. No, it doesn't matter to me, man. So someone
Chris,
else.
that's not a permanent move for you. You just went
No,
out
no,
for some
I just did a week out there to get some different looks, and it was, you know, awesome opportunity. My manager managed those guys too, so it worked out good and had a great time out there.
There's the difference between the two styles.
I think he's Filipino and white.
He's an inch taller.
His worst cauliflower here.
Yeah. Actually,
I have a little bit, but
There's a
actually, got some
time.
pretty ears, dude.
I don't know if they're floppy. I think I'm genetically, I don't have cauliflower hair.
Dude, man.
I wanted them. Just
Did
didn't
you
happen.
really?
I really did.
Pat
Now I'm
Smith-
past it though. Now I'm past it. In college I wanted them. I'm like, why can't I get them? Everybody on the team has them.
Pat
Didn't have
Smith
them.
freaking just grinded my ear.
Really?
That's why.
Like on top
yeah.
of you?
Yeah, he was cross-facing.
I've had that too.
Like, man, you really?
Yeah.
Sucker, man. This guy,
Yeah,
man.
at least you got that, man. People are intimidated by you.
No.
I get screwed around all the time. I'm not scary enough.
So there's a title fight in your division coming up between Anderson and Chael, and I was wondering if you guys have a favorite for that fight.
Man, that's a hard fight for me to call because I got history with both guys. And Anderson I trained with for a long time, and he's a close personal friend of mine. And you know, I've wrestled Chael, and you know, we get managed by the same manager, and you know, we've hung out a lot. You know, so I just want to see a good fight. You know, and you know, if it's about even with me. You know, I can't say who I'm going for, but it's going to be a good fight. I mean, it's going to be a great fight, and Anderson is going to be classic Anderson. You know, I mean, he's not going to be injured before that fight. I mean, he's going to go out there and he's going to fight his heart out. Chael is going to go for it like he always does, and he's going to be looking to ground him and look to grind him out. So that's what's going to happen, and yeah, I just want to see a good fight.
Wiedman?
Yeah, I mean, a piece of me wants Anderson Silva to win because that whole hype behind him, everybody, you know, untouchable, and I would love to get a chance to fight him. But the other part of me, you know, I really like Chael Sonnen. We got to know each other pretty good, so I want him to win, just, you know, for him too. But so it's, you know, pretty much in the middle. The way I want to win, but definitely gonna be a sick fight. And obviously, from the last fight they fought, everybody wants to see it. It's gonna be an awesome fight.
Mark, are you going to be training with Anderson for that fight too, or not?
He hasn't called me. He's in Brazil, so you know it's going to be hard because he fights. My training camp's going on. I mean, it's been going on about 4 weeks now. You know, so I'm gonna be training for my fight, and so I can't go wait to Brazil and train with him if he calls me. So, but you know, I would love to train with him sometime. You know, show him some wrestling if he needs it, because that's what I'm here for. But at the same time, you know, I got to train for my fight. I got to get ready for this guy. So,
As you get closer to a title shot, would that make you more reluctant to train with Anderson?
see, the thing is
How long has it been? Has it been about 6 or 8 months, 10 months since you've trained with Anderson?
since I trained with Anderson, it's been about 8 months.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been about 8 months, almost a year. And you know, we've kind of split apart because I told everybody I had a Bruce Lee moment with him, you know, and he's you know, we've been training like 3 days a week together. You know, it's crazy. We did that for a year and a half, and you know, and the thing is you know, we got really close. So, but then he had told me things that kind of comforted me about us maybe fighting, you know. So we'll see what happens. You know, I mean, I'm a wrestler. I had to wrestle my friends all the time, and we were like, hey, if you win this, dude, you owe me dinner, you know. And you know, in college, you know, like if we went to freestyle tournaments, like at University Nationals or whatever tournament we went to, like U.S. Open, we're like, hey, if you place higher than me, you buy dinner. It's like, okay, cool. So you know, that's how it was, you know, for me. But for Anderson, it's a little bit more personal to him, you know. So, but I respect him with that. You know, I respect that, and you know, I want to be a world champion too. You know, I mean, he's a good personal friend of mine. No, there's nothing personal. It's all about, you know, achieving your goals. And I have that set for myself. And he knows how hard I train, and he knows how bad I want it, because, you know, I've been doing it for a while now, and I feel like it's my time. So I think he respects that too. But at the same time, it's not like there's a hesitancy between the both of us. It's always gonna be that way. You know. Hope that answers your question. I kind of went all the way around it.
Kick out there.
All right, cool.
Chris, what's this matchup like for you mentally? Because everybody you fought previously, you went in knowing that at least you were the better wrestler. You know, and in this case, that's kind of up in the air. So you mentioned intimidating earlier, talking about his ears. Does it intimidate you a little bit going against a wrestler like that?
Nah, because, you know, I've wrestled against top wrestlers my whole life, you know, so a cauliflower won't intimidate me. I just wanted it more for, like, you know, getting my car fixed and the guy's trying to screw me and I can look at him crazy. But I don't have that, but just that way. You know, definitely not, you don't intimidate me.
That's more like when you were like in high school when you saw the dude's shoes and the match.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he has to be good.
You know,
Be good.
it's not like that anymore, bro. We're long past that.
Just knowing that you're fighting a guy though who has you know kind of been at your level at wrestling. You know, you really haven't had an opponent who's matched kind of like your amateur.
Oh, you're absolutely right. It's going to be a challenge. You know, I'm excited to see how I do with that.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, both wrestlers, we tend to see like stand-up wars, but we like to go to the ground. We both do. So someone's gonna shoot. It's either gonna be him first or me first. It don't matter, but you're gonna see scrambles. You know, and that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna see scrambles. You're gonna see all that stuff between the both of us. You know, and you know, we just gotta be prepared for whatever happens. And I fought wrestlers, my same level. Aaron Simpson, C.B. Holloway, not those guys, man. And I was getting ready for both those guys, and those guys were good wrestlers, very good wrestlers. You know, so you know, I had to get prepared that way. You know, and so it's no different with him. You know, I started my camp like 4 weeks ago, and you know, getting ready. So take it serious, man.
How's your elbow been in training camp?
It's been good. It's been good. You know, I mean, I haven't been throwing like my haymakers on the pads like I usually do yet. It's not ready though for that. But in training and sparring, I've been landing some good shots. So it's been good. Yeah, it's been good. I mean, I've been having to ice it afterwards, but other than that, it's awesome. Look, before my Wiedman fight, it was like this. Like I couldn't straighten it out. It was like this. And so I was hitting Wiedman like this, like literally. Right? That was my straight. But now it's like, now it's out to there. Like, wow. I could just sit on my punches a little bit more. I don't have to step in as much. So yeah, I mean, it's better.
When do you expect it to be about 100% so you can be
I'd say
full
about 2
training?
more weeks. I mean, because now it's like, because when like about 4 weeks ago, when I straightened it out, it would be a little sore at the end. But now it's like, now I can snap it. You know, so before I'd snap it, I'd be like, oh, like a little shock. And now it's good.
Just in the essence of time, just for Chris, we're going to get them to get up and just square off, and then Chris will come back after the squaring, if anybody still needs him, and then Mark can answer a few more questions. So why don't you guys just stand up? Go for it.
Face the camera, real quick.
You
guys face cameras maybe one more time.
Yeah. Like this?
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Good luck on training, man.